Good morning. Yes, hundreds have turned out this morning on strike. Drax are saying that they feel disappointed by this strike action. They say that they've offered 10% and £2,000 per worker to resolve the action. And they also say that they've got robust measures in place to stop any power cuts, because when it's fully operational, this power plant supplies 7% of energy to the UK. Now, I'm joined this morning by Shane Sweeting. He is the regional organiser for Unite, the union that are organising today's strikes. Shane, why have people turned out today?
Fundamentally, it's a breakdown in negotiations over pay. A final offer has been put on the table which doesn't meet the mandate from the membership. It is a real term pay cut, and sadly we are where we are. And
how are your members feeling?
Other than enthused, there's a lot of anticipation and worry, and you know, the scary, a genuine scare, where these guys do this. They haven't been on strike for 30 years at Drax Power Station, you know, and that sends a clear message when an employer is making hundreds of millions of pound profit, nearly 700 million pounds of profit, and we're asking for 0.2% of that profit to resolve all issues. I don't think that's unreasonable.
And that's how you'd contrast that to, say, the ambulance workers that are on strike today. It's more of an anger about the profits that have been made here and that allocation not going back to the workers.
Absolutely, we support all industrial action for the right reasons. You know, we are in support of ambulance workers and what they're doing, but it's a need. You know, it's not a race to the bottom, and that's what we need to get across. It's not a race to the bottom. You know, there's a perception that corporate greed is a necessity. Well, the need of the workers suddenly becomes a perception of greed. It's wrong.
And was it a big step for members to make? Because obviously they'll be losing pay today. And what would you say to people as well that may be facing power cuts as a result of this action?
I think that people will understand. You know, we're in a cost of living crisis, we're in a power crisis, and the people that are suffering at the hands of corporate companies that are making massive eye-watering amounts of money, you know, as a consequence, it can't be right. That balance is not there. And I think public are generally on our side. Families that are obviously, every family in the country are being hit by this, you know, and there's a need for people to take action. We've got members and from outside of the group that are actually on strike itself, supporting members. They're here today, and these guys are barely above minimum wage, but such is the strength of feeling for this cause that they're coming out in support for us. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Shane. There are certainly a lot that have turned out on this picket line today, and Drax are saying they are disappointed by this action, that they've put a 10% pay rise in place, but this is not acceptable for the members here, and this is the first of 9 days of strike action at the Drax power plant.
So, Anna, just to get this clear, I mean, how likely then would power cuts be?
Well, they're saying they could be likely. It's at least 50% operational rather than the 100% it would be on a day that there's not a strike like today. But Drax have assured that they have put these measures in place for power cuts not to happen, but it is certainly still a possibility while the workers are out on the picket line today and in the coming days.